Hey, RetconRaider here, and welcome back to the early access for Solasta II. As today, we keep steering this alpha towards its inevitable end. I mean, after what happened last time around, it does feel like it can't be too much farther out. As I mentioned last time, we have now caught up with where the official teaser trailer left off, and we've hit the current level cap. But, you know, we'll see. We do still have some loose ends to tie, plus I have it on good authority there's at least one more dungeon ahead of us, so on we go. And yeah, we're pretty much done here because, yes, as I suspected, it turns out the goo does remain dangerous even out of combat. Made it kind of a pain to canvas the map, and there was nothing really worth highlighting there anyway. Bunch of vendor trash, plus a handful of scrolls and such. Also, I did figure out what was going on with Rob. Apparently, there's something wrong with the mesh on this map. The game periodically thought our shorter characters were submerged in the terrain, thus had no line of sight to anything. Occasionally, when I would load back in, they would actually be under the map. Thus, you know, we're not going to linger. We will simply push on. As always, important to remember this is an unfinished alpha. But, you know, despite the jank, I'd still say more good than bad. I'm still playing it. Anyway, we are currently headed back towards Seymore. We need a long rest so we can lock this level up in, but unfortunately it doesn't count long rests while traveling in the current build. They say that'll be fixed later down the line, but right now we need to actually find a physical campsite. So let's head for the old Sickless building. We need to clear that out anyway. Hopefully they'll have a campsite near the entrance somewhere. And, you know, we'll also get to knock another thing off of our to-do list.
This must be the place Jira pointed out on the map.
What? How can you tell? I don't see anything.
It's a secret hideout, remember?
But Jira said it was in an abandoned building. This is the middle of nowhere.
Trust me. Follow the path and make sure to keep your eyes open. Remember, Jira's friend was being hunted by Anabazia's goons.
Sure.
Oh, someone really had a grudge against that tree.
Someone was training their archery skills, that's all. Do you think that's a warning? There's only one way to find out. Let's move.
What's that over there?
The door to an ancient ruin.
The way in must be somewhere else.
Okay. I feel like just like organically, they probably could have led with us stumbling across the building and then discussing that it must be the place that Jira was talking about. Walking into the map being confused, there's no building here. Felt a bit weird. Not a huge deal, just a minor observation. Also, no campsite, so I guess we'll go deeper in. I'm sure there's got to be one here somewhere.
Ugh! What's that stench?
Rotting meat. Like a predator's den.
Should we be worried?
Worried? No. Cautious? Yes.
Let's hope that isn't the smell of our spy's rotting corpse.
Yeah, rotting meat at the meeting point. Not a great sign.
What's that you found?
A dagger.
Oh, impressive.
I mean, it's all neat and shiny. Not some rusty piece of crap dropped here long ago.
Someone was here pretty recently.
Probably our spy. We're getting close.
Okay. I like that. I like the little clues that we're in the right area. The arrows, the dagger. Little narrative breadcrumbs confirming we're on the right trail. Surprised they haven't hit us with just straight up footprints or anything, though. They had them all over the place back at the Dead Harbor. That seems to be one of their favored methods of, oh boy, okay. Well, that's nothing to really worry about. I mean, at this point, we've slaughtered at least a dozen of these things. The big ones are slightly problematic, but nothing we can't handle. Oh, shoot. But... right. Yeah, okay, let's back off for now. We'll finish poking around first. Since I do still see the exhaustion marker on Dumnani, I guess we haven't rested since we left the Sentinel. There's got to be somewhere here we can rest, even if it's just a short rest. So we can top ourselves off.
Footprints.
Boots. So people are in the vicinity. Maybe our man.
And there we go. Okay. Let's go ahead and crack this open. Yes, okay. We have found Damien.
Surrender and you shall be spared.
No way! You'll have to come and get me!
There is no escape. You're simply delaying the inevitable.
We'll see about that.
Fine. Your funeral.
What's going on here?
Help! He's trying to kill me!
Stay out of this, stranger.
And who are you?
A servant of the Lady Anabasia. This man is wanted for espionage. I have full signed authority to take him in.
He's going to kill me! He's one of the Beacon's executioners!
Oh, well, uniquely suited for this one.
We're here on a top-secret mission for the Lady Anabasia to infiltrate this spy's network.
Since when did you become one of our agents?
That's why the Lady Anabasia recruited us. Nobody knows who we are. Now just walk away and pretend you're angry. We'll mention your help in our report.
This is an outrage. Who gave you authority to interfere? Lady Anabasia will hear about this.
I mean, it's barely even a lie. We are working for her.
I suppose I should thank you, whoever you are.
We're the Coal Wolves.
Oh, that's right. What was that password again?
8 circles make 1.
What? Where did you hear that?
Your friend, Jira. He told us to come here and tell you that.
You mean... Jira? Is he...
I'm afraid so. He was executed.
I thought I'd be prepared. But somehow I hoped. That bastard was always braver than me. Now he's a martyr.
He told us about your Republic and the Beacon. We wanted to help your cause.
Well, I don't think Jira would have just given out the password, even if he was tortured. So, I guess I have to trust you.
You're safe from Anabasia's agents, at least for now. What will you do?
I have to get back to Kaya Treffia. Deliver this box to my supervisor.
I don't know, man. You really probably shouldn't have rolled over so quick. We were just loudly talking about being double agents. I'm starting to see why these spies are struggling so much against the Lady Anabasia.
Your supervisor? Who's that?
Tribune Galana Silvermoon. She's a great person. I'm sure she's going to be a senator someday. Lovely lady.
We'll put her right on the kill list. Please, tell me more.
What's a tribune?
Oh, you really are new here. It's a high political rank. We're very... organized as a state.
Interesting. And senators are the highest rank?
Yes. And no. As I said, it's complicated. I'm not too political, not like that.
I see.
What's in the box?
So, what's in the box?
Just look. I'm sorry. I'm not sure I can trust you that much yet.
But you said it yourself. Jira wouldn't have given us the password if you couldn't trust us.
Fine. It's an Ahuilan banner. I took it from a beacon agent. Jira said this proved the beacon was interfering in the affairs of the Ahuilan.
A banner? That's it? That's all you have?
Not just any banner. A royal banner. Only carried by royalty. Not something you buy in a market. Not in Kayamar, anyway. There was a big regime change not long back, all of a sudden. As soon as it happened, all Ahuilan trade and diplomatic relations with the Republic were stopped.
And you think this banner proves what?
Look, I'm not the brains. This was Jira's theory. I need to get this back to Tribune Silvermoon. She's, smarter than I am.
Yeah, I'll buy that. Someone's gotta be. I like how, frank this guy is, at least, in knowing his own shortcomings, but still. I mean, look, I'm poking fun, but I'm also analyzing. It's not necessarily a bad story.
We have other pressing matters to attend to, but maybe we'll come visit someday.
If you say so. If you don't mind, I'd like to name you in my report. Is that all right?
Sure, why not?
I guess I'll be on my way then. Farewell, and may the light of the Nexus shine on you, Corwalls.
Oh, and, okay, that's it for that quest. The quest ends here for now. You'll be able to continue it in the full game. Fair enough. But yeah, like I said, it's not necessarily a bad story. It just, I think, needs some smoothing out, I think what it really needs is some extra skill checks, and some slight repacing, perhaps. Like, he should not have volunteered so much information right up front. If we walk in loudly arguing with the dude who's about to kill him that we're double agents, and then also tell him that we have the password from his friend who died in enemy captivity, he should probably be slightly more cautious. He did eventually balk, prompting a skill check. Well, not even a skill check, it was a charisma check, when we finally asked him what his actual mission was, but we probably should have had checks like that earlier. It probably shouldn't have been raw charisma. It should have been one of the actual skills that we're, trained in. Persuasion, intimidation, deception. That is something else I've noticed, is that the game kind of seems to randomly pivot between using the actual skills you have versus raw attribute checks. So yeah, that kind of stuff could probably stand a second pass just to try to pace it out better, to more organically insert non-combat skill checks and such. The player doesn't need to be fed all that information in one go. There was nothing in there that was so vital I feel like it needed to be given to the player no matter what. Like who his employer was, or... There's our campsite. Okay, so we can get our level up locked in. But yes, I mean, again, not a huge deal. I'm just thinking of how they could have possibly done it better, and I think the easiest way would have just been to have him by default thank us for intervening, but say he can't talk about what he's supposed to be doing because he doesn't know if he can trust us yet, and then, toss in a few skill checks for the player to wheedle out that extra information. And if they don't get it there, it's not the end of the world. He can just say, I'm going to go now. Meet me in Caretrefia. And by then, I'll know if I can trust you or not. And then the player can go there and get more information. It is important to drip feed the player narrative information, but it has to feel earned. And it has to make sense, organically. Otherwise, it just really kind of takes you out of it rather than helping you get more invested. Overall, relatively minor quibbles, but as a dungeon master, room for improvement. And what are these for? We didn't really say anything that I think it would be needed for. Huh. Okay, well. I will file that under question mark, I guess. Maybe that was for the door if you came in the other way. Anyway. Go ahead and top off. ID that mace real quick. Probably +1, but might as well make it official. Confirmed. And honestly, we're not in terrible shape here. We could probably go knock out those sand lions before we actually level up. Yeah, I mean, we're near... Oh, wait, no, we're still exhausted. Yeah, alright, let's go ahead and get some rest. Some proper rest. And we'll do up our levels, which I have looked into a bit. And unfortunately, although this is the level where we get our first feat, unfortunately, I've been informed that most of them don't actually work properly in the current build. So we'll mostly just be taking the stat boosting, the basic attribute boosting feat, plus a few extra spells. Otherwise, nothing all that exciting, but let's run through it. It is a shame, though, because, yeah, I picked out a few that I felt really complemented our current builds. But, you know, no point in taking them if they don't actually work properly. For example, I was going to grab Death from Above for Norva. A nice bump on her throwing daggers when attacking from elevation. Which in her case would have also still bumped her up to 18 dexterity, you know, the breakpoint for an extra +1. So you know what? What the heck? Let's go ahead and grab it anyway. We'll find out firsthand if it does, in fact, work or not. And if it doesn't, no harm done. The extra +1 dexterity wasn't really going to help us anyway. After that, we've got Doom Nani, who gains spells and a feat. And yes, we are sticking with single class. I've shared my thoughts on that before. And for Doom Nani, yeah, we're just going to go ahead and ramp his intelligence up to 18. No reason not to. It was either that or the cantrip boosting feat, which makes cantrips deadlier. Then for his full-on spells, we'll continue playing to his role as a support mage with Mage Armor and Magic Weapon. Mage Armor being an interesting one because I did not take it initially since I knew Doom Nani would be getting shield proficiency, and I wasn't sure how in the current rule set shields and Mage Armor interact, but it does turn out that they can in fact stack, so no reason not to take it. Aside, I suppose, from costing us 1 spell slot per day, which I think we can afford. That will, in theory, bump him up to 17 AC. Now we just need to get those spells set. Let's drop C invisibility. We're so late into the alpha, I sincerely doubt we're going to run into any invisible foes at this point. We'll get more use out of Mage Armor. And Rob's Foot, who I will say really kind of got a raw deal with the current broken feats, because he was the one I was looking forward to grabbing a feat for the most, since one of our options is Throwing Expert, which, among other things, such as removing the long-range onus, specifically grants him an extra attack, or would have theoretically granted him an extra attack, with a javelin as long as he had his other hand free. But unfortunately, I've been told that it simply doesn't work in the current build, or rather it does work, but it doesn't work properly. apparently in the current build, it only works properly if you're wielding a light throwing weapon, which a javelin very much is not. And I'm assuming that's not intentional because it doesn't say anything here about requiring a light weapon. It's fine though. The main downside to taking that would have been not getting to bump his strength up a full increment, which we can now do instead. I just kind of valued getting that extra throwing attack over an extra +1 bonus. Oh right, I forgot we also got a weapon mastery. Which actually could potentially... No, it wouldn't work. Yeah, this really isn't the time to risk experimentation on buggy feats. I was thinking, theoretically, we could throw a dagger first and then offhand a javelin, but that's jumping through a lot of hoops with no guarantee it would even work. As for spell, we'll continue playing to the Dime Store Ranger build with Longstrider. Another nice concentration-free buff. And that's it for Opsfoot. Shame to miss out on the second attack, but again, we'll take the +1 strength. Yep, all good there. Which just leaves Braun, who, appropriately, will gain more brawn. I was considering Savage Strike for him, which is a feat we know works since Rob is currently using it. But, you know, Strength, I think, actually wins out in this case, because that's +1 to hit, +1 to damage, and, thanks to his commander subclass, +1 to assorted social skills. It's pulling triple duty, which I do think outweighs advantage on your first damage roll each round. And that's it. Level up complete. Not exactly what I wanted to do, but I am generally pretty happy with what we got. He did not get an extra weapon mastery, though. That's a bit weird. Not that we really needed it. I suppose I'd be more sore about that if we had more weapon set slots to play with, because then I might have grabbed Mace. Or a Greatsword. Get some use out of the other magic weapons we've collected. But yeah, with just 2 weapon sets per character, they're all pretty well spoken for already. And you can't swap mid-combat. They're locked once you're in a fight. So I would say that's something else that could maybe stand to be improved. An extra weapon set slot or 2. There's definitely room there. That's it. Let's clear the rest of this place out. We've got some sand lines just over yonder, plus some unexplored ruins. Oh, but we should do up our buffs first. We now actually have a bunch to go around.
Arcana Clyphane!
Yes, Tumnani up to a respectable 17 AC. Not bad. Plus magic weapon on Rob and Braun.
Arcana Muto Minure! Arcana Muto Minure!
Then False Life on Braun.
Arcana Necro-Beribe!
And Longstrider on Rob.
Arcana Muto-Beribe!
Very nice. Let's get this done. I mean, honestly, this is probably overkill. Like I said, we've dealt with plenty of sand lions at this point. But you never know, we might have like infinite spawners in there somewhere. They do like hitting us with curveballs. So, hi, hey, what's up? Nice to meet you. All right, okay, looks pretty straightforward so far. We've got 2 adults, 3 young. We'll move our range fighters onto this ledge here. I think they should be safe, unless the lions go all the way around. And then we'll have Braun hold the choke point. Though he does go after most of them do, so let's be careful here. We'll park Doomnani in front of Jebfa, put that 17 AC to work. Keep burning down the adult, since it's resistant to slashing and piercing. Romp's foot up top. Yeah, just dash. They're all too far out to reasonably engage right now. Though, you know, if we had expert thrower, we wouldn't have that penalty for long range. Oh, nice. Right, I guess they were too far out to attack. Yep, that works. Though I don't love that that one is positioning at the bottom of the slope. Hi. Yeah, it makes me feel like it might be getting ready to pounce up top. But we'll worry about that if it actually happens. Though it probably wouldn't hurt to position for it. Nice. Final youngling. On to Braun. Perfect. Norva. Start swiddling. Too far. Yeah, that's fine. Take this one out. Nice, nice. Less nice. But fine.
Neyorka, Evo, Malnis!
There we go. That, in turn, frees up the casters, who can now push up, just in case.
Arcana, Evo, Malmis!
That way we can hammer the other one if it does, in fact, jump up. And Rob's foot. Can you finish this one? Oh, close. There we go. Yeah, no spawns, no reinforcements. I think we're good. Oh, are you? Okay. Braun just got tagged.
You can take it.
Oh, yeah, that wasn't bad. Completely eaten by his temps. So we don't even need second wind. But yeah, the one unfortunate downside to this fight is that it does more or less confirm that, unfortunately, Norva one sec.
Death reaches out for you.
Let me go ahead and finish this guy off real quick, then I'll double check the log.
Nayorka, Evil. Nayorka, Evil. Malnis.
Arcana, Evo, Malmis!
Sorry, thought he'd go down faster, but yeah, just to finish my thought. Unfortunately, I think this does confirm that the death from above feat does not, in fact, function properly in the current build. We're not seeing any signs of extra accuracy or damage on our daggers. But, you know, like I said, no real harm done. We're at level cap anyway. An extra +1 dexterity wasn't going to help us. Though in the full game, I would certainly be more annoyed. Anyway.
Nayorka, Evil. Nayorka, Evil. Malnis.
Fight cleared. Yeah, that was an easy one. Let's go ahead and grab our loot. Check the tunnel over yonder. Though, from our earlier scouting, it seemed like it just led up to a side entrance to the spy's lair. But you never know what else you might find. Yeah, we've got at least a few other containers in there. Possibly a halfway decent cache or two. Also, a few other folks have commented on it, but they should really probably tone down some of those visual effects. There's no real reason to have giant opaque auras around half our party, or the swirling red vortexes around the dead sand lion, etc. Feels like a bit much. Nice to have visual indicators that our characters are currently buffed, but at the same time, could probably stand to be a bit more subtle. Though, I mean, I think in a lot of ways that's just the game in general. They do a lot of things over the top, which could all stand to be maybe just tamped down a bit, slightly more subdued. But, you know, obviously that's just my personal opinion. And, you know, it's all relatively minor in the grand scheme of things. There is a lot about the art direction that I do really like. These environments, for one. Ooh, there we go. We've got something tucked over here. And I mean, obviously, I try not to be too negative about any game, but in this particular case, you know, everything I say is also, as always, caveated by the fact that this is an unfinished alpha, you know. I'm less annoyed by anything we encounter here because the game is, by definition, in an unfinished, unpolished state. They still have time to get all this stuff shored up. Weird. A lot of games have conditioned me to immediately assume that yellow-lined ledges are meant to be climbed. And I think we're done here. Yeah. Yep, whole place cleared out. Honestly, nothing all that worth finding in the Sandline layer, but at least we got a few bits and bobs. Let's head back to Kaer Morhen. Down to our last few quests. We've got to meet up with Rickard, with the person from the camp. We have to turn in those mushrooms, and then we have one other side quest, which unfortunately I don't think we can actually do. I was told that apparently it's bugged in our current run. The missing adventurer. Yeah, we've got time. Back to Kaer Morhen. Sorry, Kaer Mar. So I guess we are actually within range of this. An ominous sight above, a wheel drawn in the sky by steady wings slowly turning, time on their side. Birds of prey. Quiet can be a good thing when it comes to nature, as long as there's not too much of it. By paying close attention to the sounds and movements of the world, you sense a state of almost peaceful balance. If there is any danger nearby, it is well hidden. Death. Not so unexpected in such a harsh environment. You find the remains of a long-deceased merchant, their belongings scattered around, a few smelly rations spilled out. There might be more here than meets the eye, but you will have to get your hands dirty. Oh, come on. Well, if there was anything to be found, someone else got to it first. You rummage around in hopes of an undiscovered cache, but either your eyes deceive you, or there's nothing here. On we go. Oh, right, hold on.
Who are you then, strangers? There is something about you. Don't fool yourselves. You cannot stop me. No one can.
That's probably fine. Also, yeah, once you know that's the narrator from Baldur's Gate 3, it's really kind of hard not to hear it. Amelia Tyler. Alright, let's go meet up with Rickard. Also, other person we're supposed to find, whose name I forget. We'll check our journal in just a sec. What have we got left on our to-do? See Rickard. Bring back mushrooms. Okay, we can do that while we're here. But we cannot do that one. Unfortunately, I've been told that what was supposed to happen is we were supposed to find him right after we passed through the Sentinel the first time. But it didn't trigger, which means it'll never trigger in our current run. Unfortunately, that one just did not fire properly. And yes, Sathina. Okay, so we need to find Sathina, we need to talk to Rickard, and we need to turn over these mushrooms. Let's get that done. You've brought back the pouch to the public board. Milo in Tricasso gives you the reward. 30 whole gold pieces. Alright, fair enough. Yeah, I guess that makes me feel better about not being able to complete that other quest. Not seeing any signs of Sathina on the map, so I guess we'll go chat up Rickard next. I'm assuming that will shake something loose.
You're here. What news?
Clear skies. Have you met Steelmind?
Of course. He keeps his beady eye on me.
Dangerous?
Yeah. No matter what Anabasia says, he feels like those New Empire, Silent Whisper types.
Yes, definitely dangerous.
We discovered a group here called the Combers. They're like the scavengers.
That makes sense.
We've made friends with them. Maybe they'll help us find Diorcus.
We made contact with a nomadic tribe, the Ka'um.
Oh, yes. One of the rare peoples on Neokos who worship Miraike.
There's more. They know of Diorcus.
You found her?
No, but they knew of her before she returned to Ferendra. Like you said, she was welcomed as a cleric of Miraike and stayed with them for a while.
Then... what?
She left them. A calling, they said.
The Covenant. I must learn more about these Ka'um.
Do what you can. We'll keep looking for answers too. We saw the Sickless Witch. The one they call Shadwin.
Miraike's breath, really?
Well, yes, but we didn't fight her, we only caught a glimpse.
What did you see?
She attacked a beacon fortress.
Shadwin. Did you see her use her powers? What is she?
We arrived too late for that. She disappeared, but she spreads corruption wherever she goes. Physically, she looks human. Mostly, not completely.
Okay, let's grab the ogre by the hair. Do you think she has anything to do with the First Fallen?
Hard to say.
Well, let us pray to Miraike she's something else. Something less.
Gods, let that be true. But at least we have some good news. We're onto something with the Ka'um.
Tell me.
We've made a new friend, named Sathina, a follower of Aaron.
You'd really like her.
Why?
Don't start now.
Is she good looking?
More pure. Earnest. Stern, rigid, uptight.
Ah, I see.
Are you two done yet?
Sorry, yes, please continue.
We've agreed to team up with her to help in a quest for her tribe.
All right. But how will that help find Dee?
The Ka'um tribes are all connected. We're sure there's more out there who know her. Sadly, that's the only lead we have right now.
Fine. I trust you.
We'll find a way to get you out of here, promise.
Ah, don't fret. Anabasia underestimates my abilities. Someday, when she least expects it, I'm going to escape.
Not without telling us first, I hope.
We'll do it together. Just like old times, remember?
Ha, great. See you soon, Rick.
Lip sync's really starting to struggle a bit, but again, I assume that's something they'll smooth out. Also, I've got to say, Rick's really starting to grow on me. No immediate updates about our contact, though I was really kind of hoping she'd be here. Like he had already met her, and that's why we couldn't find her on the map. Not seeing any quest marker. Yeah, might have to, Oh, there she is. Huh. I am fairly certain you were not there before.
Are you the Colwalls? Someone's expecting you at the Bays Watch. A woman in plate armor.
Thank you.
Because you weren't. Right, so we did in fact have to talk to Rickard first. Fair enough. Yeah, now we have a quest marker.
Have you seen the Ka'um warrior woman at the Bays Watch? Plate armor, greatsword, the works.
Are you drunk? A Ka'um woman in plate armor? They're all beggars in rags.
You don't believe me? Go see for yourself.
Oh wow, they're really hammering it in. Guess they want to make sure we don't miss it. Fair, I suppose. Though again, they probably could have done it slightly more organically by just having her meet us on the way back out. Like, say, here. But not a huge deal. That's fine. Gives us time to swing by the market, take care of our off-screen bookkeeping before we commit. So, yes, we'll go ahead and hit the pause button for now. I will take care of the usual off-screen bookkeeping, dump our vendor trash, hopefully bank an upgrade or two. At the very least, I'd like to grab some full plate for Braun. And we will pick up here next time, as we meet up with our elusive contact and, I assume, embark on our final Alpha expedition. See you then. Oh, and special thanks to the Raiders, the fine folks who help make these videos possible, including but not limited to Eerie V23, Revenant, Alois, Bowman, Dragon Matrix 7, Drakiith, EgonAlter, Exsellsior, Gottlieb, James Trimmier, Lady Shayna, Mark Giemza, RandomPassrby, RobbyB, Triphoppenskip, and Valinrook. Thanks for your support, guys. That said, if you'd also like to help support the channel, then feel free to push the buttons that do the things. Trust me, it does make a difference. Or you could even check out the PayPal, the Patreon, the Nexus GG, or the YouTube memberships. Links are in the description.
This is an outrage. Lady Anabasia will hear about this.